What's going on, Namor? You want to get with the real Mr. Fantastic? You gonna dirty Mac my woman right in front of me? That's right, I'm the dirtiest Mac of the seven seas. I Mac all the ladies that I won't please. I'm the dirty Mac, baby. I get with all the ladies. That's right, I'm the dirty Mac. Dirty Mac. All the women in Wakanda know who I am. I'm not the Submariner. I'm the Swirl Mariner. And I'm going to rock all of their worlds in Wakanda forever.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door takes on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess featuring a bonus pin-up and the other two books in the Cyber Goddess saga at online bookstores everywhere today. One of my viewers wanted to know why Namor is jealous of Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman's relationship. Now, Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four in Marvel Comics has been married to the Invisible Woman since the 1960s, and ever since your Namor became a part of the Marvel age of comics, he has been trying to take your Invisible Woman away from Mr. Fantastic. Now, what your Namor, I believe he's not jealous of Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. I believe that your Namor basically is what we call a dirty Mac, and with a lot of the dirty Macs, it's about their ego. And when you have a dirty Mac, when he sees two people in a relationship together, he basically wants to go out here and break up that couple. And he wants to break up that couple primarily because he wants to go out here and sate his ego and say that he went out here and was the catalyst that led to them breaking up. He really does not want the woman in a lot of cases. No, he wants to be the one who says that he had the power as related to breaking up that relationship. So it's basically about a kind of conquest as related to women in relationships. He wants to take the woman away from the man, and that's what this whole thing is all about. It's all about finding a way of humiliating and embarrassing that man by taking his woman away from him. So that's what a lot of the dirty Macs want to do in these cases. They don't really want the woman. What they want is the conquest. And I believe your Namor basically wants to be able to say that he conquered one of his greatest enemies, the Fantastic Four, by taking the Invisible Woman away from Mr. Fantastic, because by beating his leader, by taking his woman, this is something that he believes will allow him to sate his ego and say that he defeated the first enemy that he encountered in the new modern age of Marvel Comics in the surface world. Now, what really makes this whole situation with Namor fall completely apart is the way that Mr. Fantastic handles things. Now, your Namor, he'll go out here looking to do the dirty Mac to Mr. Fantastic. However, what your Mr. Fantastic will do in a lot of cases is he's learned to act indifferent towards Namor. Now, if you look at many of the encounters that Namor had with the Fantastic Four as he was going out here doing his dirty macking, what your Mr. Fantastic would do is act completely indifferent, and he would act like he wasn't phased, and what that would do would take all of the power away from Namor, because he knows that Namor doesn't want to get the rise out of Sue. What he wants to do is get the rise out of him, take the power away from him in the situation by getting him to react. But what happens is that Reed always goes out here and responds, and he responds by not letting himself get emotional over Sue, because the people who get the most emotional are the Human Torch and the Thing and sometimes the Invisible Woman, but he will sit there and be stoic and indifferent. And because he's stoic and indifferent, what happens in most cases is your Namor, while he's fighting with the Fantastic Four, oftentimes winds up leaving with his tail between his legs. And again, he looks to go out here and again looks to get the rise out of Mr. Fantastic. He's not looking to get Sue to drop the skid mark thong and the Fantastic Four costume. No, he knows that he could possibly get that taste of the invisible waist, but the whole thing is he wants to do it in a way where he gets Mr. Fantastic upset to the point where he winds up losing it. But Mr. Fantastic, he's known for having a very strong resolve, and that's been seen in numerous comics where Sue would try to start stuff with him and he would shut stuff down. I mean, if you've read Fantastic Four, you would know that Reed is the master of shutting stuff down as related to women. Some people would say that your Reed was a misogynist, but your Reed was a guy who knew how to check women and he knew how to shut stuff down. I mean, they had an epic battle with Malice, the Mistress of Hate, which was a persona the Psycho Man projected onto Sue, and Reed broke this by going out here and just talking hard to Sue, and Sue basically wound up shutting down once Reed put the hard check on Sue. So your Namor, he's thinking, oh, I'm going to try to go out here and get Mr. Fantastic emotional. I'm going to try to get him riled up and make him look bad in front of his female. But Reed is not looking to go out here and get emotional. No, in most cases, your Reed knows how to navigate through his emotions. He knows how to go out here and think critically. And that's one of the things that makes him a very formidable foe to a dirty Mac like Namor, is he's a strong critical thinker. Your Reed Richards always knows how to think critically, and because he's like a couple of steps ahead of a dirty Mac like Namor, he knows how to shut him down because he already knows what he's going to do, and because he knows what he's going to do, he already knows the outcome before it happens. So your Reed Richards, people think, oh, he's one of these guys who's nerdy and into his work. No, he's a guy who's focused and on his purpose. And because he's focused and on his purpose, he goes out here and knows how to handle women. And it's just one of those things people don't think he knows how to do, but he does know how to handle women because he has been hard checking Sue and letting her know where the line is. And this is why your Reed gets a lot of respect from Sue, because he knows how to handle his business as related to dealing with women. I mean, when you look at the Fantastic Four, Reed knows how to deal with a dirty Mac, because a dirty Mac is a really greasy kind of simp, and he's the greasiest kind of simp because he's not looking to go get his own woman. No, he's looking to go get somebody else's woman. And again, he wants to get somebody else's woman because he wants to sate his ego, and he wants to be able to say, I took a woman away from another dude, and I went out here and I took this woman away from this other dude, and I wound up taking that lady and she's with me. And again, it's all about him saying, I got your lady. I got your lady to submit to me. I got her to take off her blue Fantastic Four jumpsuit, drop the skid mark on, and allow him to get that invisible taste of the invisible waist. And that's what he thought as related to things. But again, Mr. Fantastic, he's smart with the ladies, and he's also smart with that elastic body, and that's possibly one of the reasons why Sue goes back to Reed, because he knows how to stretch the rod, and he knows how to satisfy a Sue Richards and take care of all of those needs. So the Dirty Mac he can try to get with the lady, but that's hard to do with the guy who, again, has an elastic body and has control over all of his body parts. So Mr. Fantastic knows how to work the game. And again, he can trash talk Mr. Fantastic, but Mr. Fantastic has fantastic discipline, fantastic self-control, and that is one of the ways he winds up beating Namor, who I don't believe he's jealous. It's just about his ego, and it's about him trying to show out in front of Reed. And again, this is about him getting a conquest in the surface world, and he wants to conquer the first enemy he encountered, but he can't conquer that enemy because that enemy is someone who has a fantastic brain and has a fantastic game with the ladies. Now, I hope this answers the question for my viewer as related to Namor and Mr. Fantastic and the dirty macking that Namor does. And if you want, and this was a video they requested, so if you want to request a video and you can send a donation to the Cash App, and if I know something about that subject, I will make that video for you. So if you want to try my first comic, East Deem No Good Deed, you can pick it up on Kindle for 99 cents. And if you want to pick up my action-packed adventures in the SJS Direct universe, like the ISIS series, the East Deem series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them on Smashwords, the iBook Store, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, East Deem Horror of the Hyena Woman. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a wicked werewolf in this action-packed all-new East Deem series adventure. Get East Deem Horror of the Hyena Woman in paperback and e-readers today.